thank you so much. Wow, I just want to thank God. I have been through it, let's just say. But you know, God often qualifies the call, doesn't he? You don't feel like you're good enough for it, but he qualifies you. So to all those that were nominated in this category, well done to you as well. I know how hard it can be. But you know, to God be the glory, always. Great things he has done, and he will continue to do more and more for each and every one of you as well. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Affinity Extra, be extra.
Hey guys, it's Roger Moore here in Affinity Extra, celebrating gospel music of Black origin. This is how we do it, and part of celebrating gospel music of Black origin, I do interviews, you know, and I do interview people. People know I kind of do edgy stuff and this and stuff, but I have done an interview with this particular artist that is with me, alongside me before. Check it out on the edge. But today it's going to be I'm going to be doing an interview for our Insight section. And the reason for that, people, is because we need to find out what's going on in terms of her new album. And she went down the route of neo soul. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm saying her, I'm not even saying her name still, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep it, you know, 100 in terms of where we base. Really call her Priscilla Bailey, you know what I'm saying?
Priscilla Bailey.
She already said that for a while. So you can guess we're from the Midlands anyway, still, you know what I mean? This is how we do it, man.
1, 2, 1.
You know what I'm saying? So we are here in the studio. We're going to look into this amazing album, I believe. And, you know, when it comes to neo, you know, they say this thing in America, the Mount Rushmore, you know what I'm saying, of music and whatsoever. Yeah, I truly believe that this album, for you as an artist, for this doing this album, for me as a neo soul fan, a gospel neo soul fan, and somebody who just likes to screw his face to music, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I just love music when your face like a ooh, you know what I'm saying? I do believe that this is like, yo, I believe there's about 4 or 5 people on that, I think it's 5 people that have on the Mount Rushmore. You're 100% you're up there. You know what I'm saying? With this album, for me, anybody wants to challenge me from any UK artists, there is a couple UK acts that did a couple of tracks, but to put out a body of work like this, like there's a difference between an EP and single. You know what I'm saying? You know, as people can say, singles, you can hit a hit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But to do an album where I can press play and go, yo, this is absolutely madness. And the album is called Greater Love. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I press play on it and I had to send you a voice note and just say, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like if nobody says it, I don't know what the UK industry is like. Nobody says that. I am going to say it, and I think, you know, I am definitely going to say that was really amazing. But it is an amazing album, but it's an album which I believe which you can push for a while because of the quality of it.
Thank you so much.
You know
I really appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Trust me, people, I want to go heavy man song. They talk good anyway still, yeah? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here for no black talk. Anybody knows Roger just says what he sees and the truth according to what he sees. But no, you tell me, sis, like, you know, just, you know, last time we spoke about your journey, you know, as an artist and coming into Christ and whatsoever. But I just want to quickly establish for people, you know, how long have you been actually singing gospel music? From how many years? From what year would you say?
I'd say from about 2005. That's my earliest memory now.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so literally I was in worship teams, and then I was invited to sing in outreach, an outreach group. There used to be like 3 or 4 of us that used to go out on the streets and things like that. It's talking about traditional gospel. When I joined the choir, cool. 2008-9, I think it was now. So that was when I started singing traditional
Okay.
gospel music. Yeah.
And that's not the hymns, people. That's choirs and whatsoever. And
Choir stuff.
was there a reason why you never, because you came to the church in a time where Hillsong was strong and was almost taking over our worship. So anybody who knows the quarter noughties, the early 2000s was a very big transitional period for a lot of Caribbean churches, and a lot of musicians in the church was moving away from the choirs, the gospel side and stuff, and more into Hillsongs.
Yes.
People refer to it as Hillsongs, but it's bigger than Hillsongs, but that praise and worship sound.
Yeah.
So you almost ultimately came into church when that sound was dominating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, okay, how did you get this talent for singing then still? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, no offense, I'm just an ignorant dude from church who says that the only people who can sing are the people that come through church. You know what I mean? Especially our generation, yeah?
You,
so, like, was he just somebody who just sang in the yard to Aretha Franklin and then next thing you know?
I think as been growing up, I've been exposed to a lot of gospel singers anyway. You know, in my grandmother's collection or in my mom. Well, not so much my mom's, if I'm honest, because she listened more to like Motown, soul, and reggae artists and things like that. But as I was, and kind of we referred to my love of kind of dancing and things like that. So even in the clubs, I heard certain things like Sounds of Blackness, and I had exposed, optimistic. And I can't remember the guy's name now, but there was a song. I think it was a garage. No, it wasn't a garage song. It was a house song. It was a few house songs actually that was really about faith and love.
True.
You know, so those things kind of stuck in my head anyway. And as I'd say, I was transitioning from a non-Christian to a Christian, and had, you know, kind of people suggesting which artists to listen to. I kind of started to hear like Kirk Franklin and people like that. And so it just opened my eyes and my ears to what the possibilities were in terms of the music side of things. Cool. Yeah, so should I have stayed with a Hillsong sound? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure that it was my kind of thing anyway, if I'm honest. I sang it because it was on at church and that's what we did. But, you know, my personal choice of music was really R&B, soul, neo-soul anyway, so...
Cool. So, you know, when you kind of left that life, I don't know why I referred it to like that, people. Yeah, she left that life. You know what I'm saying? What was the artist what was the R&B album you was playing? And you had to break it off and say, Lord, I have to break. I said, I gotta stop this now.
It's, I think it was just a natural progression because I just remember wanting to have more of God and more kind of godly lyrics and influence. And I felt that even in how I saw life, like as soon as I listened to certain songs that were talking about God and faith, I felt a lot better. I saw things a lot more positively, and it kind of edified me in a certain way. So I think I gradually just kind of veered off a lot of the older stuff. It's not as if, you know, if I'd listened to something that I recognise from the 90s, I won't sing it. But it's not something that I automatically gravitate towards anymore. So I don't think there was an actual moment. I think it was just a case of listening to different artists, going to various shows. I actually remember going to watch Kirk Franklin live, and I actually went to see Raymond and Co.
So that was at Wolverhampton?
No, they were in London at the time. I was in London.
Yeah.
And so I went to see them performing at Kensington Temple.
Okay, I know which one that was. Yeah, I know which one. Yeah,
and they put on a separate show, and I went to see them. I think I took my sister. Yeah, I did. I took my sister, and from there it just developed a really an interest in this kind of genre. I was like, wow, you can do gospel, and it's kind of more like up tempo and R&B kind of sounding.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. No, 100%, man. I think that, you know, for me, the sound that you are coming through with it, kind of, for me, it's a mature sound. But you have, and that doesn't mean it's old people music, but it's mature sound in terms of it's not something that you can just press a key, like producers have actually put the effort in. You know what I'm saying? You know, in terms of musically, it's like, okay, there's, you know, and for me as a musician, it's an album which I can enjoy by just listening to the music as well. Still, you know, so it's absolutely fantastic. And that is Great to Love. I'm going to keep on pressing it. Great to Love, pushing this, man. Great to Love by Priscilla Bailey. Please, guys, go out there, go digital networks, go and download it and play it, as I say. Okay, so you've done a few singles. You've done releases before, so go through your releases that you've done in over the past couple of years. That for me doesn't quite. It's not as deep as this, if you know what I'm saying. It's like you've been finding your way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go on. So
I'm glad you've said that, actually, because I think there's certain people that listen to my music that dip in and out, and so they've heard my first album, which I released 2018, then they've heard snippets, and then they've heard this, and they've thought, oh, it's vastly different. But if they followed my journey, they could see that certain things were developing and into this sound that I have now. So yeah. So I released my EP in 2016. And I think it was kind of the influence of those that I was in the studio with anyway. So most of it was kind of all in my head. So, for example, I had the melodies, I had the lyrics and everything else. This is how it worked originally. And then someone, his name is Tony Young Beats, by the way. He came and played the music around the songs and the melody. And it always came out with this kind of like neo soul kind of sound, and I really started to get into it from there.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, so 2018 was the next was a body of work, I'd say, of my album. And then after that, here we go. 2017, I did a remix of 2 of my songs from the album.
Okay.
2021, I believe, was Lift Your Hands Up. Yeah, I think it was 2021. And it gets a bit sketchy now. I think it was about 2023 I released Heaven.
Big tune.
And then 2024 Beat of Love. So I think around 2021 when I released Lift Your Hands Up, I was starting to incorporate some more jazzier kind of vocal into my songs, and I felt like I was being challenged actually by God. It's really weird because I have this kind of I have this time of just I'm super focused on the song. I can hear if I have an instrumental, I'm listening to it over and over, and then I'm just freestyling, and it's like God's just given me this kind of inspiration. I'm doing the, you know, that kind of thing, doing the scatting and whatever. And it's like, yeah, let's go for that. You know, it's almost like I can hear God saying, yeah, put that in. And I was like, I've never done this before. So that was probably the turning point for me of changing my style a little bit, 2021. And then as you have seen, things started to progress.
But this is I'm still going, right. You can't just wake up in the morning and be able to sing, to do this style. Who is your who is that artist that you know what I mean? If you have to say Erykah Badu, you can say Erykah Badu here. Still, don't worry about it. Well, who's the artist that you learned? Because guys, you know, we are influenced by the sounds around us. You know what I'm saying, and whatsoever. And you don't just hit them notes that you're hitting, and the way you're singing, you know, the way you move into jazzy tones, you come from more of a a lazier vocal way of delivering. Did I say it right way? Lazy. You say, you know what I mean? When you first come to Christ, you know, and when you're re-engaging with a sound which is not very much pushed in gospel anyway. Yeah. So was it when you was 13? There's an album that totally you just engrossed yourself with that really helped you to, because it's like you're reawakening yourself. But where is it coming from? Where was the seed? Where is that seed coming from? What was the album?
You know what? It's okay. I'd say, to be honest, my album, I see it as kind of an ode to the sounds that I grew up listening to, or even was most influenced by. So you'll probably get a little bit of Mary J. Blige. You'll probably get a little bit of Janet Jackson. A little bit of Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson was a huge influence to me as I was growing up, like a young teenager. And so Greater Love actually has that kind of soft melody. And that's literally from that era. And then you've got the Thank You interlude, which is more like a heavier, grittier R&B style song, which reminded me of Mary J, if I'm honest. And even Destiny's Child, do you remember when they were like in the beginning? Yeah, in the beginning, yeah. So a lot of it was based off of things that I listened to, like predominantly when I was, a lot younger and a young Christian even. I'm moving away from, some secular, because I think this would be something that I would listen to as a new Christian, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. No. I know.
As an alternative.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Step away from.
You can put aside Erykah Badu and you can go boom.
Yeah.
Let me listen to this one.
If you want to listen to something that's edifying, it's word based. It's about about God, it's about your journey, how to live your life as a Christian, that kind of thing. This album I think would be a great alternative.
Listen, people, I'm just gonna put it out there. Listen, I gravitate this album because the influences I had that I had to keep arms distance is straight up Erykah Badu. You know what I'm saying? Straight up Erykah Badu. That was like a music style. Yes, Mary J. I used to like that as a youth. But my big up to my boy Mark Jones. I work with him still, and he was out. And his younger brother, who's my age, got his vinyl out of that first album with Mary J. But he was like dropping their vinyl on there. It was like getting sweet off that. But and like Erykah Badu, a lot of people were into indie R&B as well.
Indie R&B was just absolutely amazing.
Listen,
Jill Scott.
She's just taking over now. She's flooding out. Come on, go. confess.
Yeah, I used to listen to them all. D'Angelo, I think I mentioned earlier.
I'm not going to come up no right sugar out here, people.
But all of them were very, in terms of their styling, in terms of the way that they sang. You talk about the lazy kind of style of singing. A lot of that was, I think very influential to me. It's not as if I wanted to kind of mimic, that sound, because I know I have to still sound like myself.
100%.
But it was definitely an influence. In terms of the jazzy style, I think you was mentioning before, I did grow up listening to the likes of Billie Holiday and I did have Ella Fitzgerald was an influence for me as well. Okay. When I was singing in a jazz band briefly.
It's coming out now.
In between, I learned how to sing some of the standards and even some kind of Brazilian bossa nova tunes as well. So a lot of the scatting I would learn, I'd pick up from, some YouTube videos and things like that. But also, weirdly enough, the scatting, especially on the Lift Your Hands Up song, was an influence from Barrington Levy.
All right, people. Okay, we need a confession soon done now. We're soon done the confession before everybody's gonna be Spotifying this whole conversation. I'll be like, woo.
So this is how my brain works. I don't know if I've got ADHD, but it does go ping, 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 and it takes from so many different places. and then it kind of just morphs into this this one thing.
Come on now,
and then I just suddenly come out with a lot of different things that sometimes I think blow people's minds.
Cool.
People are just, it blows my own mind sometimes. I'm sitting there going, after 3 hours, and I listen back to the track and I'm thinking, did I do that?
Yeah. Yo, I tell you what, guys, yeah, and we're gonna get into this a bit. Well, some getting it's not free. I just love this album to be vinyl,
I think it'd be great vinyl. I think it would. It did cross my mind, and I was thinking, should I? It all depends on the.
Until you did the Google search and thought, oh, goodness sake.
All depends on the demand. I do need to push it more, and there are plans to push it, especially over the States. So we'll see from there.
Okay, cool. Your States thought they appreciate the singing in tune. Okay, so the album's there now. The producer behind the album is what's his name again? The main producer.
There are many producers.
Okay, go.
I'd say probably one of them.
It wasn't the same. Like, didn't you have like an MD person that did the whole thing?
No.
So who was the executive producer? Was you just executive? And
I was everything, mate.
Okay,
I was everything.
So literally,
actually no, Jesus was everything. Let's just say that. But I literally, it was weird because what had happened was I had been churning out loads of songs, like recording at home, and it got to a point where there was just like a whole. And if I show you my files, loads of songs.
Okay.
Some I'd left on my memory bank.
Okay.
Others were on my phone and whatever. And I thought, I'm going to have to release something because this is a lot. I can't just keep, putting out one song here, one song there, because I'm telling you, it was a lot of songs. And so I started to think about, okay, what is there a theme here? Can I pull these, certain songs together? And it just came to me as I was listening to one of the slower, more mellow songs. Greater love is from the scripture. Has no one than to lay his life down for his friends. And I thought, okay, because a lot of my songs are about love. I think someone mentioned it. I said, well, that's the whole point, of this life. And God is love. So, we are meant to emulate God. And so in what ways? So I had greater love, and then I was thinking about being part of God's family, and then I was thinking about all kinds of stuff. I'm just compiled this bank of work together. But yes, in terms of the producer, the main one was Yogic Beats. His real name's Luke Johansson. But I got a lot of his beats from a website, which I won't name.
Yeah. Try to keep introducing yourself, you know what I mean?
And he's very...
he sounds Swedish.
I think he is,
Scandinavian dude.
Yeah, I think so.
Yo, damn dudes,
very hard to reach though, because his work is so popular. His instrumentals are absolutely out of this world. So,
See how powerful black music is? See how powerful black music is?
But he's got it down, honestly. I was
Listen, guys, let me be 100 on this thing now. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? Something that we slept on because gatekeepers didn't tell us that while we thought that the gospel just stopped, black music just stopped to the UK, never flooded Europe, over the growth of black music, especially the authentic sound of our sound, has infiltrated into Europe many years ago, and they produce from a perspective of what we were doing 20, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And they appreciate the technical excellence of black music, and now they do it. Well, we've put them tools down to try copy them, and they've took our tools and now smiling in their face, and we have to go to them.
Yeah, they've repackaged it and sold it back.
These people, and you know what?
But to be fair,
it's beautiful. It's great because Ezra says, "Our music is king." You know what I'm saying?
Is it Rod Temperton was from England, and he was. I couldn't tell you where he had his influence from, but I mean, obviously, it's from black music, but
From Hackney.
you know, he, you know, to produce things for, you know, for Michael Jackson, you know, back in the day, I just found it mind blowing that this guy from, I think he was from the north of England actually,
Could
could arrange such lovely songs in that neo soul kind of style.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it's there. I think there's some, you know, I think there's some people who have got the soul. You know what I mean? Got
Yeah,
that, got
yeah,
that
yeah.
in them.
100%, man. Or they just eat enough mangoes, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
But yeah, I suppose they do need to be around that music.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they do need to be around it.
You know, they end up. It's like where you saw. Well, we saw ska as. I say we because obviously we grew up similar times. You know what I mean? She a little behind me. I think. Yeah. She little behind me. I say little or enough, but like. At the time, and there's things like scat, and you saw like people like Madness and all these guys. Yeah. And not saying you had the album, you know what I'm saying? She said
No,
yes,
I
quickly.
didn't actually.
But as much as we was moaning about Madness, and dare I say, the Boy George hit back then was a reggae tune.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? You know, and but these guys were the white guys that were going into the blues nights that people were functioning,
Yeah.
and the white guys were loving it,
Yeah.
going in there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they
And they became
absorbed the
producers
sound.
that love our sound and whatever, and they just did it. You know what I'm saying? And we're just gonna appreciate the fact that basically they've been influenced by our sound. You know what I'm saying? And they're taking part in helping us deliver that sound to the day.
Yeah.
So we say amen to that, man.
Yeah.
But definitely, guys, I don't really want nobody coming out with Greater Love Part 2 next year, and it's my fault because I got to divulge all the producers. But it's great to see that, you know what I mean? And well done to actually executive producing. Now, I always moan at artists because they can't complete projects. So I can imagine you're some sort of administrator at work or something that you organize and you're a project manager, because you creatives, whether you're female or male, are terrible when it comes to releasing music. You absolutely don't know when to stop, don't know when to let go, don't know to draw the line, and absolutely can't stick to targets. For you to deliver so many body works and executive produce it yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm usually a fixer. I help and I fight the people like yourself. I've had to delete folders and said, I'm now working with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You think I'm joking? You know what I mean? I get my boys to come in and actually invest into this. You know what I mean? I'll go, you need this. Yeah, Roger, for you. And I come in there, and I remember working with this artist, and we built the track. Sweet. Sis. Built the track.
Yeah.
And she said, God didn't even give me like that. I was like, oh. I was like, okay, you see what? No argument. Do what God's saying to you.
Yeah.
Got to the folder, delete, carry on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And because I do believe creatives don't understand, like King Solomon, who had a temper to create, who understood he had special teams to come in and do it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he could say that's good.
Yeah.
But he had to call in a specialist to do certain elements and certain parts. So to executive produce this product and not for it to sound a mess as well. You know what I'm saying? I have to go, boom. And by the way, guys, this is not this show is not being sponsored by Priscilla Bailey. You know what I'm saying? By the way, and she's invested in this interview. I'm just talking the thing about this album, 100%. So I got songs. One song that did withdraw my, and I mentioned mangoes, yeah. And my uncle, he's got a farm in Jamaica, and he's visiting us, man. And he gave me a mango, and he was like, oh goodness. The mango's not even orange, man. It's red inside, you know what I'm saying? And I just put it, and it made a mess of my face. I was like, it's gone. I cream my face with mango, and I don't want this still, man. And when you have to just get the tap and just wash your face off, yeah. So people go, why is this guy talking that detail? But you got something like Mango Praise, which I thought was a really cool track. I just feel like the way the album flowed. Is there any personal favorite hits on this?
Gosh, it depends on what mood I'm in actually, but I do like Mango Praise. I like Presence. I like. It's funny because I was listening to it on the way down. Mankind Rewind. It was a funny story behind that one. Beat of Love, of course. There's so many favourites I have actually, but I think what sticks out sometimes for me the most is Nothing Can Separate Us. And I don't know why. I think it was because I really needed to hear that God, no matter what happens, God still got me. You know what I mean? And it was that kind of thing that I was trying to put across even in the song. So you can hear the passion even in my vocal on that song, because I really, I was connecting with it and the words, because I was getting directly from scripture as well. And so yeah, I'd say that has a special place. But yeah, I've got a lot of favourites on there. So if I want to dance more, it'd be like Mankind Rewind or Beat of Love. If I just want to chill out, it's Presence, Mango. I like the other one that I played was Thank You Interlude on the way down here. I was like, actually,
yeah. It's a vibe, man. It's a vibe. Yeah, I've played the album all the way through, like you know what I'm saying. You know, like
do you
I
like
just press
any
play.
particular ones?
You know what I'm saying. To be honest, you know, when you listen to albums, very few times you can just press play and just let it play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's UK wise, the 2 albums I'm able to do that with this year. Is it this year I listened to the album first? Was it late last year? Yeah, I listened to the album properly.
Which album?
Whenever I listen to the album, the first time I started listening to the album.
Okay. Well, it was
because time's going way quick. Because you know when you say it's this year, really it was last year. You know what I'm saying? I'm going.
No, it's this year. Really,
this year. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I played it. You know what I mean? And I go to do jobs. I go distances, but you need something in the vibes in the background. You need to listen to and it's only your album and Gardy's by Michelle John.
Oh,
You know
okay. Yeah.
So them
she's
the 2
brilliant.
albums I can just press play from a UK standpoint that I've heard that I can press play and just I can't. Sorry guys, rappers, I can't really press play and listen to the albums like that, man, because it's pure you know what I mean, all the way through. Man can't. Man's like, I need to just get something more mellow vibe.
Oh, okay.
You guys do singles, man, but in terms of like definitely sound wise, it's amazing in terms of that.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying that I have had, because to be fair, my target audience is kind of more people our age group, but I have heard from people who are much younger that have said they really like the stuff that I do.
Yeah.
And so, I'm just glad that the hard work is paying off, if I'm honest, because I worked very hard on this.
Sis, I can see it. I can see it, man.
Even my nephew said to me, "Auntie, you've got loads of harmonies in this one."
yeah. Okay.
And so, a lot of people ask me, like, who's doing the backing? I said, I'm doing it all.
Wow.
Doing it
Crazy. And what's the story with the front cover?
The front cover
Go.
was...
What was the influence for that front cover? Because if you executive produce yourself, you directed that. I see you directed
Again,
it.
oh yes, it was a Mariah Carey thing, I think. I was looking for something really glittery.
Confession.
A Mariah Carey-esque. So yes, I remember looking at that and I thought, I think that would work. But
You got the gold out and everything.
Yeah.
she pulled it out, man. She pulled it out.
We had a fun time in the studio because I always try and make sure everything's like done professionally in terms of my photos and things like that. So I tried on different coloured wigs and all kinds of stuff.
Okay, I always call you confession, but that always okay. I do have an effect to people, but not much. But now, with posing, are you one of them people that have to help you to pose? Or I'm not very good at it. Even now, you can see I'm not that relaxed in front of a camera, if I'm honest. Okay.
So someone has to kind of direct me and say, "Oh, put your hand here and look this way, look up."
Wow.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
Do you have to call one of your I was gonna say one of your one of your girly friends, girlfriends who come in and had to do your makeup and tell you how to pose? Did you have like a team?
No, the studio that I went to, they did my makeup for me.
Okay.
So it was all kind of part of the package.
Okay, cool, like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not doing my own.
Shout out, you know what I mean? For black people.
No, actually, it was an Asian lady last time.
Okay, cool.
I did have a a Romanian lady that did my first album. Which I think that was one that everyone was like, "Oh gosh, who did your makeup?" But they did really good job.
Okay, cool.
Excellent job.
It's like that, man. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
they did an excellent job.
Yeah, they did. That's attention to detail, you know. Okay, cool. All right. And did he beat up the designer when doing that front cover? Was he having a tussle? Did he have like choices?
Listen, when I said I did all of it, I did. So the lettering and everything was me. But yeah, the guy added a few things.
Okay, yeah. I can see what you're saying. Yeah.
But
I can see it.
but in terms of the poses, that was down to the photographer.
Cool. Did you? Is it because this is going to be a bit of a question? Is it because you feel like if you got an idea, and your idea is that's how it's going. Not in a negative terms, in terms of like, you know, that person before where she said, you know, dash away all your work and whatever. You allow your producers to do stuff, but like, do you find that, you know what, I've got the idea, I don't need any suggestions. I know what I'm doing. I know what it's leading to.
Not necessarily, because I did have 2 ideas which I put on Instagram and I put on my Facebook.
Okay.
And I remember asking which
one you
is
like?
more appealing, to
Okay, you went the
people.
public way with that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
put it out for a number of weeks, and then certain people chose a different one. But on Facebook, it was unanimously that one.
Okay.
So I went with that. And so I do sometimes put out, even with some of my songs, I put out certain snippets and I say, "Oh, do you like it? If you comment, then I'll include it on the album." This is how some of the picks came up for the album as well.
Okay, cool. Just letting you guys know, she defied logic for me still, because if I was producing this album, but like, girl, all right then, cool, let's let that will take over now. That, you know what I'm saying? And you will never touch the artwork. The artwork is the artwork, man. I would say, you got no choice here, sis. We're the professionals here.
I don't know. It's weird because I think I was all right with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just went with that picture.
Cool.
But
it looks fine. Look. There's no issue. All I'm saying is like, I would have said, girl, you know what I'm saying? You finish your singing. We'll do the mixing now. You can go home now. We'll do the rest.
I wish.
When will you? Yeah, you will see you in a couple of weeks. Yeah, and you'll listen to the final mixes and masters.
Oh, I wish. But no, it's funny actually because I did have a bit of a pushback. I wouldn't say who from. I didn't realise that I couldn't have that much of a say in the kind of choices of songs. I think I've made a perfect choice. But it was like, oh, did anyone kind of sit down with you and have a listen before you chose what you chose? I said, no.
Okay, straight up.
But what I did
nothing
do...
wrong with dictatorship, you know, people. Nothing wrong with it, man.
What I did do, I remember listening to each track and thinking, right, that sounds like that should go at the beginning, that in the middle, that in the end.
That is the hardest part, you know, guys. I remember, it was a different perspective. I did compilation albums, a lot of them back in, you know, in your early Christ, definitely your early Christ days. I did a lot of produced like with a lot of young acts with rapping and so on. So I had rapping, reggae, R&B, drum bass, all in this compilation album, and just putting it order. I remember my late friend James. I did my first one. And I'm a Logic person, so I put all the R&B tracks first, and then I put all the reggae tracks next, and then the hip hop tracks, and I kind of put it in order like that. But it's like no.
Yeah.
You meant to mix it up and blend it a certain way. Listen to it, and it came with some creative idea. By the time I did my later compilation albums, it was more mix up. Yeah. But I'm more logical thinker when it comes to that. Not really a flow type guy person. But for you to even sit down with that, and did you have any like relatives sitting next to you?
No. I think it's part of being not a connoisseur, but an actual is that a word? A fan of music, yes, fan of music, and listening to albums even as growing up. And I remember what came first, what came in the middle. You know, you had your standout song and all the rest of it, and I think it's probably just through the fact that I listened to a lot of, bodies of work. And so I had an idea of what you know,
what you
how-
want,
yeah.
what you kind of
how it should be structured.
it should be
and
structured,
everything.
how it's sound and whatever. And you know, and guys, I am delving into this because I have to say, I'm going right. Who you really are the person behind this album, every part. You say, I'm not doubting it. I'm just showing you absolute creative genius on it and doing this. Now, people might say it's not perfect. Okay, cool, I get you. But the thing is,
wasn't meant to be.
you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I like to appreciate effort in a space where you're not coming with a record label supporting you. You know what I'm saying? You haven't got a management agency supporting you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you can tell me something different. You know what I'm saying? You haven't got a deal with Integrity Music to fulfill or anything like that still.
No.
You're just doing it because this is your little calling on your life, and you know what I mean, doing it unto God, and you want to, and it's part of your creative expression. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's really been a measure of how God has kept me on this road that He's put me on. Because when He called me, I remember some people praying over me and saying that you're going to sing for God. I didn't even know how it was going to look or anything. And as time has progressed, certain things have come to pass. So I thought I'd just be singing in church, but I didn't realise I'd be releasing music.
Yeah.
But when I'm, like I said, when I'm super focused now, because sometimes it just happens, I'm suddenly kind of singing melodies and I'm like, oh, I have to record it. I have to get home and write this down. And it's like something just takes over me.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably the reason why people think, oh, is it all her kind of thing? But if you think even in the Bible, when God had something, a mission, He wanted someone to build a temple or whatever, He gave them exactly the measurements, exactly the the kind of things to the materials that they need to put together. And I think that's how it's gone with me.
Okay.
It's kind of like, okay, so we're going to sing about this. This is the theme. Got to take it from this scripture. These are the words. This is the melody. All of these things, because I can hear melodies in my head. I can hear the harmonies. And even with Mankind Rewind, which is a funny story, it sounded something like a Stevie Wonder song originally. And I remember it just didn't sound right when I did it. And I was like, I really like the song. Like, what am I going to do? So I started to hear this kind of more like a EDM kind of house kind of vibe. And I was like, well, I don't even know how I'm going to do it on this. I could hear, it's almost like God was just saying, just sing over it. So I was singing it. And literally how it is on the album is how it came out.
Wow.
But it was just like...
that is a track where you go, hold on, rewind that. That is definitely the track where you go, hold on, is this the same album? Yeah.
But it's almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like an out of body experience, because it's like God just takes over and you're just working with Him. It's like a workmanship, as it said in the Bible, and you're doing the work that He's prepared for you to do. And I'm just in the middle of doing it, and then the work is finished, and then I listen back and I'm thinking, wow. I've just done that. I do have people asking me who's written the song, who did the backing, who did this, and I say it's me.
Wow,
it is me.
You
But
know,
under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit.
Only problem with that is when you go live.
Yeah.
When you go, who can do reviews for me?
Yep.
Stand back.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
Is it? So is that always a problem, trying to find BVs?
Sometimes it is. I'm thankful the next couple of, because I'll be singing live in a few events soon.
Cool.
But I have discussed about getting backing, because even with Heaven, which is heavily, especially the ad libs and everything, a lot of them are my vocal. I've had to try and figure out how I'm going to get my vocal incorporated into some of the live set.
Okay, cool.
So that it's not too much of a problem.
No, I'm just,
But
awesome.
yeah, it can be a problem sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. You know. I think, before it'd be a lot more easier, but it definitely is much more hard work to get a good vocalist, especially with understand the sound. You don't have to teach them so much. They can listen to it and just know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, I kind of feel sorry for certain people sometimes because I think I do go. I don't go overboard, but it is a lot because I like to hear a full sound. So
It's not overboard. It's called, know your craft. You know what I mean? Stop singing Hillsong. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And start listening to big people music. You know what I mean? That's what it's called, sis. You know what I mean? Too nice.
yeah.
Go and learn your craft, man. You know what I mean? Like stick your finger in the ear and try and work out harmony. You know the one. So you have to giggle, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when you see these bless them Lord singers on the stage and they're trying to they're getting to that harmony stage and they're sticking the finger in the ear and you go, my goodness sake, man used to work off vibrations back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Let alone but stick your finger in the ear. And these guys have in ears and speakers. So Roger Rant, this is not Roger Rant moment. But no, definitely that's super fantastic. So I'm assuming now that you're going to be now over the next year or two really pushing this body of work. I think it is your not so much peak, but this is an album you can do that with.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely going to be. As I said earlier, I have plans to promote it over in the States, and wherever else I can, I'm going to push it. It just needs to be. So just make heard.
It. So she can push it over in the States, people. Yeah, which is fantastic. Just make you know that I finished extra bigged up a long time. Long time. You know what I'm saying? Long time, people. And what I will say, and we talked about it in the interview that I've had with you before, is the struggle for media to take you serious in the UK. So what could easily happen is the I wouldn't call it fakers, but the slow to get it people in the UK gospel industry, and I will challenge media in this country to say that we need to celebrate art and support artists, because maybe they never supported you in the other products and maybe didn't quite get it, but didn't realize this was part of the process for you to get to this place right now. But what I would do, definitely encourage, is guys, we need to stop being so tribal. You know what I'm saying? In terms of celebrating artists, embrace everybody. Sometimes artists are just not that good. I get it. You know what I mean? You're not feeling it. But I'll be honest with you, sis. I'm listening to your music. There's a lot of good stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm going, what is the problem? You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't got the problem. I know I'm not the one.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just following what God's leading me to do. So
yeah.
I mean, to be honest, a lot of the times I have to just leave it in God's hands. I have seen him work tremendously in various ways. So for example, Heaven has done really well over in the States, and to the point now where Charles Mora, who is featured on the song, he has asked to use part of the song, or probably the whole song, on his new film that's going to be coming out. He has a film coming out, so it's already casted for that. It's being filmed in Philadelphia in the US. And so there's talks about using one of the songs already, and then the song that I'm collaborating with him on, his own song called If You Wait, is also going to be part of the album, of the film. So there are doors opening.
Just letting her know that we're family people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There are doors.
We're cousins out here. You know what I'm saying? Before the beautiful islands are St. Kitts and Nevis. You know what I mean? So we're cousins. Just making just claim the glory.
I can't remember which side. Which side is the St. Kitts?
You say St. Kitts. So you got St. Kitts.
Oh yes, St. Kitts.
St. Kitts. St. Kitts. So what's the other side?
Jamaica.
Yeah. Okay. You're half and half. You're like me, innit? Yeah. I'm saying we're half and half, man. So, we're 50-50 bread. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So doors are opening, and so
we're 50-50. You know.
Oh dear.
So
so I'm not really worried about who's slow on picking up this music, or who's into the music over here. That's perfectly fine. I know that a lot of the time,
but it isn't fine for me. It isn't, and this is my thing, and and rejection is something which in interviews you don't show. How you feel in rejection. We did the interview last time here, and I remember it was the end of the summer. We just had a festival. It was just a festival. Now, bring the context to it. So, I saw the anguish and just before you brought out this piece, the pain, you know what I mean, of just not being part of the club. And 2 weeks later, you won the GX award. I was gritting my teeth because I don't know if you burst out into tears. You're so shocked. I don't know if you cried. I don't know.
No, I didn't. I was really shocked because I remember kicking my shoes off.
Yeah.
And I was sat upstairs in the town hall. I was just chilling and of course saw a picture up. And it was like Priscilla Bailey, and I was like, "Ah!"
And you took ages, to come down. I was thinking, "Where's your friend?" She dropped down the stairs.
I had to run down in my bare feet.
Listen, that was funny. And you put your shoes on right at the bottom of the stairs, innit? Yeah, I was there to stay going.
You can see me struggling getting my shoes on.
Love to GX Awards and just being a platform to give us a chance to celebrate. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's brilliant. I think the GX Awards really helps. I think people from outside of London, let's just put it there, to get the recognition they deserve as well. I'm not, I think more needs to be done for artists like myself in terms of, just pushing and supporting. I think that, does it really matter that I'm not from London? Does it really matter that I don't have a London accent or any links to whoever it is that's in whichever part of the industry? I'm not going to name names, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's not pleasant. It can't be pleasant for people who are new to this. Because I remember speaking to another DJ, and he said to me, he has known of people that are really brilliant in their craft. And yet they get really discouraged because of the doors that close, the barriers that are up.
Come on.
So
it's not nice, people. It's not nice. I'm not saying that we go overboard. It's a thankless task sometimes with media, because 99.9% of us do not get paid for doing what we do in music. So we pick up what we like and whatever. I get it. 100%. But there is a stage where we see manipulation based upon and the reason why, nepotism, or whichever way you want to look at it, and so when it comes to this space within gospel media, and this is not by just utilizing this platform to this particular interview to push this narrative and say that things need to change, but I'm next to somebody where I saw struggle with that. And when you won the awards, I was just gritting teeth. I know you're shocked. You know what I'm saying? I was gritting teeth. No, you probably wouldn't know I was there. You know what I mean? But I was on the front row, gritting teeth, going, "Yo, God, you know what I'm saying?" Because it's almost a case of thing is that you might not have released this album if you didn't get that boost.
You're probably right. If I'm thinking about how my head was at the time, I think prior to that I was having certain issues with I can't remember what it was at the time, but I know I had a confidence crisis, and somebody had been picking at what is it that you're doing, and have you made sure that you're doing all this? How come you're not further on than you are? And I think that God just confirmed that I was doing enough. I was doing all the things I was meant to be doing.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been going to, various summits, seminars and all the rest of it to find out what artists should be doing. And I'm doing the thing. I'm doing it all.
Yeah.
Have you got a website? Tick. Yes, I do. You on social media? Yes, I am. Are you actually putting out posts regularly? Yes, I am. You know what I mean? It was all those kind of things. I was like, I'm doing the thing. So it's not me that's blocking. Blocking the blessing. There's something must be happening. And God was just like, Yeah, she's gonna get the award.
Yeah, boy. It was crazy, and again, I never even spoke to you about this beforehand, but I speaking that's what I saw, and it was amazing. That's when I really I've been to GX Awards before, but that really confirmed to me the importance of GX Awards because we're frustrated. There's a the reason why I started Gospel Link magazine years ago was because just an unfair reflection of UK gospel was happening, and it's not anti-London conversation. This isn't, but it's just how it affects artists. You know what I mean? We've lost a lot of people because of that imbalance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like there's no talent up here. It's just that imbalance. You know what I mean? Which is toxic at times.
Yeah, it can feel that way because it's a very insular industry in itself. But I just want to see gospel music kind of reach who it's meant to reach. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, okay, so what if someone's from Sheffield or Leeds or Birmingham or London? You know what I mean?
Bristol.
Bristol, yeah.
I wonder.
You know, I want to hear these people. I personally want to hear from people from all over the UK and really put UK gospel on the map, because if we're very much kind of just keeping it down in one area, we're stifling the voices of those that God has called to, you know, bring the message of the good news. And I think that, you know, it's doing a disservice really to what we're about, or what we should be about. I've never been one to chase fame anyway. It's never, you know, even when I came in, I didn't really know what I was supposed to be doing, and you know, it's developed into this. So I think, it can be very, very discouraging, and you know, I'm really thankful to yourself for, you know, addressing it, because I know that that's something that's on your heart and something you're very passionate about putting right.
Yeah.
And God is a God of justice, you know what I mean? And he has, he said to me a few times about, you know, balancing them scales, because really and truly, you know, it's not as if God doesn't know and God doesn't see what's happening to this industry. But things need to change, because we need to make more of an impact, and we're not in the position to be doing what's happening at the moment. You know, you can't just, oh no, we'll block her out because she's from here or that person's from there. You know, I think an overall look needs to be taken, and more needs to be done to kind of get people more treated fairly, I suppose, across the board.
Most definite. But listen, guys, we want to definitely celebrate like your new album, not new album, but it's a much album that's out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's definitely
it's relatively new. It was out in May.
Yeah, definitely May. That's not too long ago. But what I want to do, guys, is this part. We're gonna end the show with this kind of vibe. We're gonna educate you in some neo soul. We're gonna, you know, but first and foremost, I do want to play some. And what's it is, you know, if it's 2 tracks, I'm going to play 2 tracks now. Okay. What 2 tracks you want to play people so people can get the neo at the neo? Please don't say rewind, because but listen, what would you do? What's
in terms of off the album?
Yeah, off the album. Yeah.
Presence is one.
Presence. Oh, so we're going to drop a little bit of Presence. No, I'm not going to play the whole track. I'm just going to give you a vibe so you can get a taste into there. So let's drop one. Yeah, man, you can hear that dirty roads, you know. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy? Is it like it's just all them vocal things going on. Just yo. So guys, you gotta have neck muscles doing this.
Exactly.
Yeah. You gotta be like, yo,
I don't know if you remember that song that Mary J. Blige did with Method Man. It was like,
oh my days, oh no, like screw get into it, man. Yeah, man. That all day. Okay, whatever track. So we get tasted. Listen, you gotta finish listening to this in itself. Anyway, so whatever track do you want us to play?
Another one is Mango Praise.
Okay, yeah, man. We're lining up already, man. I forget, but a little bit mango, man. Let me just.
He's good to me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's good to me. Yeah, he's good. Like a mango that's sweet and good to the taste. I taste it. I see that the Lord is good. Like a mango that's sweet.
So after you must screw face look there. The tune there still, yeah. So if you're from Europe, you'll be saying strawberry praise. It's just a strawberry praise, man. You don't know what is the. So that's the English translation.
Yeah, he's good to me. Yeah. I love to be in his presence.
Yeah, man. So that's the vibe. This is the neo, like I said, the neo. But what I did say earlier in the show about what I was kind of shocked was you doing this album was the influences from other artists as well out there. Yeah, so there was other artists that I'm like going, oh my goodness sake, she's just reminded me of a period of time where great neo was coming back out. So an artist that, you know, I mean, I'm gonna start off with and you know what, it's not until I said it, I've worked with every artist in a live way, and I agree with my teeth now because there's evidence on YouTube of that. So I got Lisa McLean. I'll send you the links, man. I'll send you links. So I'm going to go and play a track of an artist called. Which one would you say on this one? But you don't actually know now. Album too much to you. Which one is it? Okay, I'm gonna press Surrender or Sean C. Johnson. Yo guys, classic. It's rude.
Yeah, it's the mood. It's the bass.
2002, the 3rd of April 2002. Yo, you see what we're talking about, people.
The bass always gives it that funky sound.
Been saved for a few years now, salvation's intact. I still don't understand why I choose to hold back. It's not like I can hide it, especially from you. Why don't I run and face yours?
It's so recent. Well, I'm sorry, I have to be with you. Before
Once you get into that's it,
listen, I don't want to shut down my this is our interview because we played a bit of too overdue a bit of Sean C. Johnson there still, yeah. But now there's another artist now, and sorry, and also another major problem or good thing is that because I use Tidal to DJ on, I have to go to Spotify for these guys because these guys were bringing out albums, and then something about independent artists even before Tidal was out there, they were digitizing stuff. So hence why I've had to come into this side of things to deal with this. So I would say Sean C. Johnson for me is not third place, but the last one I worked with. Yeah, okay. You say the last one I worked with. Okay. But Sean C. Johnson, you go, he's all right. When you play a track, you're like, Lord have mercy, boy, that tune hard there, you know, the tune hard there. So you've got an artist called. Now, I'm going to go to an artist called Lisa. Auntie Lisa. Lisa McClendon. Now, she is I would say her, and I did an event with her, and I know, speaking to her, My Diary, Your Life was when, because she got a record deal, you know what I'm saying? And she did, and she said that wasn't really her. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm not saying her sound, but they kind of over commercialized it. Try and
that's the danger of unfortunately signing.
So she was dropping tunes like, oh, that's Dear Diary. Let's drop. Well, not this one. This is it. If You Fall. This is 2002 is why this came out.
sister, you gotta believe me when I tell you that I've been there myself a time or two. But don't you give up now.
She's
God
got
will show
that,
you how
she's got
to
that grit in her voice.
stand in the rain and through
She
the
sounds so much like
pain.
you've just got here.
Don't stay down, gotta get up again. Oh, give me another chance. And just in case,
All right, we're feeling that tune. You're feeling that. Yeah, feeling,
Honestly, you just get carried away with the whole flow in it.
And like I said, she did that. Everybody knows her. Let me try and find her for this track. Actually, everybody knows her. Hey Now, like Hey Now. Everybody knows her for this. This is a commercial track. Big tune though, still. I ain't gonna lie.
It is,
Yeah.
it's a
Do you recognize it?
I don't know. When was this released?
2003. I'm assuming. I
was
believe
still-
so. Yeah.
Think about me. I was still into hip hop at that time.
Okay,
Holy
cool.
hip hop though, around that time.
CHH.
Today
No,
is a new
only
day.
hip
Forget about the drama from yesterday. Frustration don't pay. So cast all the negative things away. See, everything got lighter.
Yeah, man.
Hey.
She performed this at one of my shows, man. It's crazy.
Go ahead, do your thing. 'Cause I'm not the same woman I was yesterday.
It's just good music.
Feel good today. This is the day that the Lord has made. Hey, now. Put a smile on my face and know that everything's gonna be okay. Now. I'm gonna sing my song and keep it rocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm forcing everybody to have neo nights now. You know what I'm saying?
No, you know what? You've got to. I mean, I've got to admit, the way African Americans have influenced music is just phenomenal. And I'll never take away from that because that's something that I grew up on. The music, the songs, and so I just. It's just so rich, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, listen, it's crazy. But I have to go to my personal favorite. You know what I'm saying? My personal favorite.
Go for your
And sorry,
personal.
Lisa. Hopefully Lisa don't see this. And Lisa go, Roger. You know, she'll text me like, Roger, you better. And Sean, nothing but love, Sean, man. We're gonna hook up with something unique, man, for you, man. Don't worry about me, Sean, man. Don't worry about me. But Adriana Archie. She committed to me. She got me into this thing hardcore.
You've put me onto
you know
her,
what I'm saying?
actually.
Yeah. So let me see. It's got this track called What a Fellowship. It's one of her top tracks.
It's the minor keys.
Yeah,
It gets me every time with Neo Soul.
I'm finding it a little easier with Jesus near, and He's getting sweeter than He's just a little
Hey.
Crazy.
I think the reason why I like Neo Soul is because it always sounds like a live set.
Yeah. It's the one, man.
Real instruments, real music,
It's-
raw vocal.
Listen,
This
this shit is just rude. It's rude. Who Jesus is, people. Did it get to your approval?
Oh yeah. You put me on. You put me on.
All right, people. This is
I
Roger
have to
here.
find the details and get. Nah, I have to see if if I can even work with her. That would be brilliant.
Listen, I could hook it up, you know. I could hook it up, you know. I could hook it.
put me on,
What you're saying, but now, before it was want to get interviews with me getting hookups for them. I mean, I'll give up my things too easy, you know.
Well,
but
I'll find her. With this will this away.
You know what I'm saying? But now, definitely, that is just give you guys the richness of the sound of neo soul within UK gospel, within world gospel music, and all I can do is, and I do believe, even just hearing your album, that's why I was so excited, because this is the music I listen to, and when you just came up with your album, I'm like, whoa. You just reawaken this, and I have to salute you once again for greater love.
Thank you, so much.
So make sure, guys, you listen to this, and we do pray that she gets the vinyl out, man. So I got a vinyl player there ready. We'll be bringing in vinyls, man. Encourage people to go back to vinyl, and amazing. And you know, God's willing, get a great band, do work together, and do some great products. Because I really do feel when it comes to neo, you gotta have the musicians.
Definitely. I'm actually I've actually got 2 members for a band at the moment.
Cool.
So I'm pulling people together.
As long as you're a keyboardist and bass player, you're nice.
Yeah, I've got those 2.
Okay,
So,
cool.
I just need a drummer.
Jeez, we think the same way, you know. That's drummers are minors, man. You know what I mean? You can sack him and get somebody else. Dime a dozen, man.
Yeah, so it's coming together finally.
Okay, cool. Listen, guys, hopefully it's a cool insight into, you know, the neo soul genre, and also the vibe and the journey of artists. And again, I'll encourage people out there to not only do music which they want to be big at, just do 100% you. Don't follow. It's this creativity, not just gospel music, creativity. If you're driven by money alone, you know what I'm saying, success in terms of plays, you just get yourself in a bad mental state. You know what I'm saying? It's hard enough keeping the balance, and having that as a driving force, you spend your whole time pushing somewhere where you should be pushing. You know what I mean? So it's easy for me to say because I don't do it. But,
it is difficult, you know. You do need money for this kind of thing, especially if you're going to want the quality to be as it should be. But, you know, at the end of the day, you've got to also have, just keep going with whatever it is. I know some people that have released music, it's not been mixed, but they've caught the attention of someone who's able to help them later on.
Yeah, man, 100%.
And it's a case of, you know, just always following the leading of God. You know, if you know that this is the ministry He's called you to, I think, you know, as you've said, you know, there still needs to be a lot more done to support us as artists, because it is a difficult task. But yeah, just make sure that you go in your own lane or create one, which I think in some ways I might be doing that.
Yeah.
Without realising it. And just keep going, and you know, God will bless you. Yeah, just stay obedient to Him.
Calm. All right, people, you heard it. First, last, whichever way you look at it. But anyway, so yeah, we're here on Affinity Extra, celebrating, pushing great artists like Priscilla Bailey. And thank you so much for popping
thank
in.
you. Thank you again.
You know what I mean? I've said cousin, man. We're both 50-50s, half Jamaican, half St. Kitts, you know what I mean? That's
half and half.
Half and half, you know what I'm saying? Had arguments before we was born, and you know what I'm saying? And we come true, man. You say, yeah, we had acting selfish at one side, and not acting selfish the other side. Yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nothing but love, people. Listen, if you only know, you know. You know what I'm saying? God bless you all, man. Blessings, man.
Bless you.
Thank you for watching the content we're putting out. Listen, make sure that you are liking, subscribing and following us on all our social channels, including patreon.com. Make sure you're finding us on there to support what we do so we can support you. And remember, guys, be extra.